Hi guys, Linnea here. I wanted to give you a couple of recipes for some Mojo bags. I don't have my herbs today, although I am going to do a demonstration on how to make them. I'm going to use salt in place of the herbs, and I'm going to give you the herbs as recipes, so you might want to gather a pen and maybe a couple of sheets of paper, because I'm going to give you a few recipes. So I'm a little out of breath. I just did some running around trying to get this video in between doing. So I'm going to move the camera down and give you a demonstration as I give you a recipe. So what I have here are a few items. I don't know if you can see the color because of the camera. It doesn't look like it's going to give you... Nope, it's not. It's going to show you blue. However, this is purple, vivid purple. So is the candle. I don't know why it's showing it in blue. That's irritating. Anyway, it's a vivid purple candle and piece of t-shirt material. It doesn't matter what the material is as long as it's the color needed, or white or black. White or black will work for any Mojo bag. I have a piece of parchment here. I have a piece of parchment faking a bay leaf, because I put a bay leaf in most all of my Mojo bags, and I'll explain why. I have a piece of Palo Santo. You could use sage if you'd like. I have a black ribbon. I have a purple pen in this case, and I have a black Sharpie. I think that's all I need at the moment, and I'll give you, and I have some salt down here. That I'm going to use for in place of the herbs. Okay, the first thing that you would do is set your candle in a fire-safe dish and light it. So my candle is going in my little candle holder here. And you would light it. So you get the candle going. And you don't need to enchant the candle. The candle is just to give you some boost to your spell work here, because this is a spell. A Mojo bag is a spell. The next thing you would do, it'd be right on your bay leaf. So because this is a divination spell, you want to write something like, I can see clearly, is what I would write. I can see clearly. And that would go ready to go. It would be ready to go. It wouldn't go, but it would be ready to go into your Mojo bag. The next thing I would do is write my symbol. Hopefully you have a symbol on a piece of parchment. I don't think I would need a parchment this big, so I would cut it. It doesn't need to be very big. It just needs to fit in the bag. And I'm just going to scratch a bunch of squigglies on there. No one needs to know my symbol. And that would go ready to go into the bag as well. Then you would have a dish of your herbs. In my case, I'm using salt. Like I said, my herbs are packed at the moment. So I'm just going to use a handful of salt in place of my herbs. And I will tell you what those herbs are. Toot sweet. Again, this is a divination Mojo bag. Oh, I think you can almost see the purple now. For some reason, the candle's helping. So you would have your dish of herbs. You would have your parchment with a purple pen and your symbol scratched on it. You would have your bay leaf with a black pen saying, I can see clearly. You would have your little piece of cloth, preferably purple if it's for divination, your black ribbon to tie your cloth with, and a piece of Palo Santo or sage. And the next thing you would do would be to cleanse everything. Come on, baby, light. So you get your Palo Santo going, or your sage going, whichever you prefer, or your pine needles, or your lavender, whatever it is you use to cleanse. I personally almost always use Palo Santo. I do use sage, but it's not common for me anymore. It depends on the working. If it's a really powerful working, I use sage. And you just want to kind of get everything gathered in smoke. You probably would want to cleanse these before you write on them, and then write on them. I might have done that a little backwards. I might just bundle this up and get the smoke all over it. Turn it the other inside out. Do it again, and then I would rub that stick through my herbs. To cleanse those and set it aside so that it can go out safely. Okay, so you've got everything cleansed. You're going to open your bag up. I have a little bleach stain on this side, so I'm using that for the inside. This is an old t-shirt that I absolutely loved. Okay, I'm going to give you your list of herbs. So, I would use a tablespoon of mugwort, a tablespoon of dandelion leaf, one piece of dandelion root, a bit of, like a little bit of dandelion seed. I would use one small amethyst crystal. I would use one bay leaf, which you can now place in your bag. I would use 1 teaspoon of angelica and 1 teaspoon of mandrake and 1 teaspoon of orris. Those are what I would use for my divination mojo bag. So I would get my herbs done, I would make sure they're mixed well, and I would put those right in the center of the bag. I may have used a little, no I didn't. And then I would put my symbol right on top. And I would enchant that as to what's needed. In this case, it would be divination. I want to see clearly. I want to gain wisdom. I want to gain truth. I want to be able to communicate those types of things. And then making sure I didn't leave anything out. Then I would gather the bag. Now when you gather the bag, you want to be sure these little pieces here, not just the corner, are gathered as well. So you just gather it nice and just like this, all the way around. A lot of times people cut circles to do this, which works just as well. It's totally up to you. I personally like squares better. They give me a little more room to work with, and I prefer that. Till you've got a little pouch. And then you take your ribbon and you kind of wrap it around a time or two to secure that, and then you tie it. As you're tying it in a knot, you want to repeat what you've written on your bay leaf, and you're going to want to tie this in 3 knots. 3 is the magic number, in my opinion. That's my belief. Please don't feel like you have to copy that. I'm not going to tie this in 3 because I want to save my little bag and get rid of my salt and all that stuff and keep my bag. But you would tie this in 3 separate knots, or whatever magic number. Some people choose 5, some people choose other numbers, whatever works for you. And then you would again enchant the entire bag to do what you want it to do. You would visualize, of course, again, that it's giving you communication. you're gaining wisdom, you're able to see truth and give truth, and so on and so forth. You can see clearly, that type of thing. When you're all finished, guess what you have? You have a Mojo bag. Now you can pull this Mojo bag out anytime you're doing divination, and so on and so forth. Anytime you want to gain wisdom with your cards, or your pendulum, or your Ouija board, or anything else you choose to use, your spirit board, this is now your divination Mojo bag. This is a Mojo bag. This is how you make a Mojo bag. Don't forget your crystal is in there. I forgot to say, add your crystal. And everything is ready to go in your bag. Your bag is ready to go. Okay. So that would be a divination Mojo bag. And I'm sorry I don't have the herbs to do it right. The next thing you're going to do is let your candle burn completely out. And keep your Mojo bag next to it on your altar is what I would do. Not what you have to do, but that's what I would do. I'd put it all on my working altar. I would ask my goddess, my God, if you have one, my ancestors, my spirit guides, and everyone to please come and help me make this Mojo bag all it can be, so that it can help me do what I need to do, and so on and so forth. And I would leave that on my altar until the candle has burned out. You may leave the Mojo bag on your altar a little longer to just give it a little supercharge. Totally up to you what you do there. You know what you normally do when you make a spell. So that is a divination Mojo bag recipe. I hope you had a pen. I will go over the ingredients one more time for you, okay? I'm going to grab my trusty little book because I've got lots of recipes in here for you. So the divination Mojo bag was, once again, a tablespoon of mugwort, a tablespoon of dandelion leaf, 1 dandelion root piece, a bit of dandelion seeds, an amethyst, a bay leaf, a teaspoon of angelica, a teaspoon of mandrake, and a teaspoon of orris root. You're going to want the purple square, white or black, of material, a purple candle, a black ribbon, or white ribbon works as well, as does a purple ribbon, whatever color of your choosing is what I should say. A black Sharpie that's fine, a purple pen preferably, piece of parchment for your symbol, some Palo Santo or sage to cleanse with, and a purple candle. Remember to enchant your ingredients, add them to your Mojo bag. Oh, enchant your ingredients, light your candle, cleanse your ingredients, enchant your ingredients, add them to your Mojo bag, gather the Mojo bag, tie the Mojo bag, enchant it again, and let your candle burn out, preferably on an altar or somewhere that is your working space. And that is a divination Mojo bag. So, a protection Mojo bag would be a quartz crystal. This is my recipe. This is not something you have to go buy. Please feel free to tweak, twist, omit, add, do what you like to it. This is my recipe. Protection Mojo bag. A small quartz crystal, 2 teaspoons of sea salt, 2 teaspoons of sage leaf, dried, 2 teaspoons of angelica, 2 teaspoons of mandrake, 1 small stick of cinnamon, 2 bay leaves this time, and 1 small chili pepper, 1 white or black candle, 1 Palo Santo or sage stick, 1 black Sharpie pen that is fine, 1 parchment for your symbol, 1 black square of material, 1 black ribbon, a black pen that's just a regular pen. And so then you would light your candle, cleanse all your items, enchant them all, add them to your piece of material, gather them, tie them, and enchant them. The saying that you're going to write on your 2 bay leaves, one of them is, I am totally protected. On the other bay leaf, you're going to write, I am safe. Both of those bay leaves will go into the bag. Remember to let your candle burn out. Remember to enchant the bag once you get everything in it. So that would be a protection Mojo bag. So an anxiety Mojo bag would be next. And that again would be actually a carnelian crystal, sorry, small carnelian. 2 tablespoons of ginger root. 2 tablespoons of chamomile. 2 tablespoons of lavender. 1 bay leaf. Okay, 1 black Sharpie fine, 1 square of blue material, 1 parchment square, your symbol, 1 blue pen, 1 bay leaf, I think I said that, 1 white, yellow, or blue candle, 1 black or blue ribbon, a Palo Santo or sage stick. A bay leaf would say, I am in control of me. You would cleanse everything, light your candle, cleanse everything, enchant everything, add them all to the bag, to the piece of material. Gather the piece of material, tie it, and enchant it again. Allow your candle to burn out. So that would be the Protection Mojo bag. A Prosperity Mojo bag. My page wants to tear. A Prosperity Mojo bag would be, let me see here, 2 bay leaves, 1 small cinnamon stick, 1 tablespoon of mint, 1 tablespoon of basil, 1 tablespoon of mandrake, $1 bill, one $1 bill, or actually any denomination for you. 1 rosebud, 1 tablespoon of ginger root, 1 tablespoon of parsley, 1 green aventurine or bloodstone, small. Did I say a sage leaf or a tablespoon of sage leaf dried? A Palo Santo stick, a sage stick of your choice, whichever of those you like. A square of green or white material, a green or black ribbon, a green or black candle, a small piece of parchment for your symbol, a pen that is green, and a black Sharpie that is fine. So you would light your candle, you would smudge all your items, you would enchant them, you would write on your bay leaf, on 1 bay leaf, I am financially secure. On the other bay leaf, you would write, I am financially free. You would add your items to your piece of material. You would gather the piece of material, tie it, and re-enchant it. You would let your candle burn until it burns out. And that is prosperity. So to guide your dreams or give you guiding dreams, you would want 1 tablespoon of rosemary. Please feel free to pause the video so you can write things down as they go if you want them. Okay, so 1 tablespoon of rosemary, 1 tablespoon of mugwort, 3 bay leaves, 1 tablespoon of chamomile, 1 tablespoon of lavender, 1 quartz, making sure I didn't miss an herb. Okay, 1 white square piece of material, 1 parchment for your symbol, 1 blue pen, 1 black ribbon or blue ribbon, 1 black Sharpie fine, 1 black, white, or blue candle. Smudge all and clean all your items. Light your candle. Light your candle, smudge or clean all your items. And on the bay leaf, you would write on the first one, I am open to communication. On the second one, I am free to receive. And on the third one, wisdom is mine to gain. You would then add all of your items, your symbol as well. I keep forgetting to say you write your symbol on the parchment. Add all your items to the bag, gather the bag up, tie the bag, and re-enchant it. Did I say enchant those first? Enchant them first. add them to the piece of material, gather the piece of material, tie the piece of material, and re-enchant. And let your candle burn out. And that is all of the Mojo bags I have. Okay. So I wanted to give you a few of my recipes for Mojo bags. I wanted to be sure you knew how to put them together. And I hope this helps. I hope it gives you some idea how to work Mojo bags and how to do them. Please feel free to make up your own recipes. Those are the best of all. If you have items that you'd prefer to use, or you go through Scott Cunningham's book and you find ingredients that make more sense to you or work better for you, please use those instead. Replace, interchange, omit, do whatever you need to do to make it work for you. What I do for me is just what I do for me and should not be what you do for you. Please make it your own. That's what makes it magical for you. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I didn't go too fast, and I hope it explained everything. I'm kind of in a time crunch and want to get a couple of videos out today. So I am so glad I got to have some time for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I love you all dearly. You are divine and sacred beings of light and love. I love each and every single one of you. I am looking forward to the next video. Please use this. If you have any questions or comments, leave them for me. I would love to answer questions. I love to see your comments. If you've done other Mojo bags or used other recipes, please share those with me as well. I love learning new things. And don't forget to hit my like button. If you have not yet hit my red button and joined me, please do that. I would love to make new friends. I will talk to you all soon. Please have a blessed day.